Hi there, it's Sharon, and welcome to my studio. Today I'm thrilled to be sharing a project with the new Love Notes stamps from Tim Holtz. I got the set about a week ago and I didn't get to play with it till yesterday. And I made a ton of cards with it, a lot of quick and easy cards. And my thought would be to show you how to make one of these cards from start to finish every day this week. So if you have not started your Valentines yet, or you just want to try out this new set, that you can go ahead and stamp along with me and try out these ideas for yourself. So the first card that I'll be showing you today is really easy. It's just using two of the stamps. So we're going to use this heart, um, and we'll go ahead and use this friendship sentiment. I will show you the card that I made originally, and I was doing these all really quickly. I stamped the hearts and then I stamped the sentiment and then I did the splatter. And then I noticed a lot of my sentiment got splatter over it. So I'll go ahead and show you how to make this card a little bit of a different way. So when you do stamp, we'll do the stamping first this time. You don't get splatter all over your sentiment. So the only things that you'll need besides these stamps are a permanent black ink. I'm going to use Distress Archival ink to stamp your sentiment. And then you'll need some Distress Mica Stains. And I'll show you the ones that I use, some of the colors that I use. So for the top red, I used Yuletide. The orangey color, Sugary Gumdrop. For the yellow, Harvest Moon. And then the blue-green, I used Merriment. And the purple, I used Fortune Teller. And I bought like 3 sets of each of these, and I use them for projects all year round. So I keep the entire rainbow in one container and just have them by my desk. So what we're going to do for this, I'll leave these out of the way for a minute, and I'll talk about them a little bit when we get to the stamping, is just to set up our project. So I have a panel of Distress Watercolor cardstock. This is cut to 4¼ by 5½. I'm going to go ahead and get my stamp platform out and just put my paper in. And you'll see I have a piece of sticky grid from Sizzix that just helps me hold the paper in. And I want this sentiment to be kind of in the middle. I had mine a little lower than the middle in the card. And I'm going to go ahead and close the door and just make sure that's sticking. And then I'll go ahead and take my Distress Archival ink and just ink up the stamp. Okay, and that looks good. So we'll go ahead and take that out of the way. And then we're ready to get started with stamping. So what I did on a little scrap piece of just like regular lightweight paper that I had on my desk, you could even use a Post-it note or some masking paper. I cut the sentiment out again. You can see I cut it out and I kind of cut around it so it's not just a big square, and pretty close to where it is. Just to cover that one, we splatter. And then we're not splattering quite yet, so we can leave that aside to see where we're going to put our stamping. So I'm going to go ahead and just put my stamp onto a stamp block. And then we'll set up our Distress Mica Stains for stamping. So if you haven't used these, it's best to just give them a good shake side to side. You'll see in the bottom right here, you can see all of the mica. Let's look at another one that's maybe not shaken up so much. And I'm just going to go ahead and give them a really good shake. When I'm working with them, I'm going to keep them just flat on the table so I don't have to keep shaking them. And I'll just arrange my colors on my glass mat, and I'll do it over here so you can see them. I have the Yuletide. Make sure this is shaken up. I have the Sugary Gumdrop, so we'll go ahead and spray that one. I have my Harvest Moon, my Merriment, and then I'm just going to put the Fortune Teller, another little more shake, and I'll just put that over to the side a little bit. So I have all my colors laid out on my mat, and what I'm going to do is just take my stamp, and don't like slam it into the color, you'll get spray all over, but I'm just going to tap it lightly into the color, and then I'm going to stamp it off right onto my project. One quick stamp, lift it right up. I'm going to wipe it off with a stamp chamois, and then I'll go ahead and move on to the second color, which is the Sugary Gumdrop. And you can overlap them a little bit if you like. I'm going to do that here and just wipe it off and move on to the Harvest Moon color. You can see this is coming along real quickly. If you want to overlap them, you can. If you want to keep them separate as well, that's fine too. And then I'll move on to the Merriment color. Doing the same thing here, and just make sure I leave enough room for my last stamp. I'll give it one more wipe, and then I'll move on to the fortune teller. And you don't need a ton of spray. Like, I definitely have more spray than I need out on my mat right now. What you can do is save that for other cards and make a whole bunch of panels at one time. I am going to leave that out because now what we're going to do is go ahead and splatter. And if you see on the original card, I put my splatter, I kind of did the splatter like where each color, so red where red was, this sugary gumdrop where that was, the harvest moon there, and so on. And I'll go ahead and take my little piece of mask paper, and the card looks fine as is. I just like the more artsy look. Looks like a more hand painted look when you add the splatter. So I'll go ahead and stick that down. And then what I'll do over here is use my Distress sprayer just to make these a little bit more fluid for the splattering. So I'm going to give every single one of them maybe 4 or 5 sprays, and you'll see the consistency changes ever so slightly. And then for a brush, what I like to do on these is just to use a round brush. So the one I'm using is a number 4 brush. Keep in mind, the closer that you splatter, you're going to get bigger splatters. The higher up you go, your splatters will be lighter. And I'm just going to start tapping to see how much comes off at a time. So I'll go ahead, I'll be done with that. And you can always add more splatter in at the end, but you can't take it away. So just keep that in mind as you're splattering on your card. I'll go in with the next color. That's the Sugary Gumdrop color. And I like to just give it a tap with my finger. And rinse it off one more time. Move on to the Harvest Moon. You can splatter over the hearts. You can splatter next to the hearts, whatever you like. If you just want a tiny bit of splatter or a whole ton, that's really up to you. And then I'll move on to the next color. You can see those splatters got a little bit bigger. So just be careful of that on my last one and make sure to move the brush up a tiny bit so I'm not getting such a big splatter. And you can see those look a little bit smaller already. And I'll just add a tiny bit more. And then before I remove the mask, I'm just going to go ahead and give it a dry with my heat tool. And once that's dry, you can go ahead and remove the mask that you put on. And you'll see that way my sentiment didn't get covered with splatter, but there's not a big square space there. So just from cutting around the sentiment, you allow room for the splatter to go around the sentiment. I'm not sure if you can see it on camera, but all of these stamped images, especially the yellow, are really shiny. So that's the difference in using mica stain versus just the regular stains that you might have. And then to finish the card, the only thing that I'm going to do is just take a card base from my stash, and then I'm going to just add some Be Creative tape. This is just two-sided, it's super sticky tape, and I like to use this on my cards. I realized, I've used a lot of different runners, but this to me for putting a card together, I just know that the card is going to stay together. It's going to hold up in the mail. If somebody puts it out and displays it, it's going to hold up for a long time. So I'll give it about 4 strips, 2 on each side and then 2 in the middle of tape. And I'll go ahead and just trim that with my scissors. And then just peel off the backing. And then once the backing is peeled off, I'm just going to use my score pal here, line it up in the top, and then hold my card and press it flush. So you can see there's a tiny bit of overlay on this card. I'm going to just take my trimmer and trim that off so it's nice and neat. So that's a look at how quick and easy these cards are to put together. I'm going to leave out my Distress Mica Stain here and go ahead and make a few more cards while I have it out. And I hope you'll stop by during the week to see how I put some of my other quick and easy cards together, step by step, and try out some of these for yourself. If you do, be sure to tag me on social media at Sharon, and I'd love to see what you made. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Thanks so much for stopping by today.